Welcome to week 2 update. Just want to share a little bit about how our second week has gone. So start with highlights and then challenges and then encouragement. Um, excuse me. Some highlights have been the first week of school happened. Praise the Lord for school. I can't even, I'm just so grateful for school. The kids made friends quickly, feel comfortable. Janie even opened up, not her real name, even opened up to her teacher and talked about their situation. The whole school, everybody we've met seems really interested in the kids doing well. And it's just been really great. We also spent a lot of time outside this week playing with friends, playing by ourselves, going to the park. Before it gets ungodly hot here in Georgia, we're excited to do more of that, which has also been a bit of a relief because our house right now isn't very big. And I've gotten to see a lot of the kids' creativity this week. We have created a little shooting gallery situation with our Nerf guns that we have, and the kids have painted targets and hung them all around the yard and built block towers and shot them down. And it's been really fun to kind of just see them using those parts of their brains. And then really one of the biggest highlights is we have seen so much generosity in this journey. We've had people who have funded gifts. We've had people who have mailed us gift cards, people who have, I put out a call, we have a need for funding for a field trip, and we got almost $100 more than we needed within a couple of hours from people who are close to us and people who are not. I've also had our friend donated essential oils for us, and that's been a huge help. And it's just been overwhelming to see how people want to love the kids so well, and what a blessing it is to us to know that we're not alone in this. We've also had people providing food. I think, so this is 14 days, and I've made dinner all on my own one time. And that's awesome. The kids are doing a great job eating. And we've also just been encouraged by how many people are praying for us and how many people have shared that this has really touched them. So we're glad that we can be called to this and to share it with others. Some of the challenges that we faced this week, I had to deliver news to the kids that their court date is at the end of May, which means they won't make it back before school ends, which is something they were really hoping to do. And that was a really difficult conversation at the end of a long day. And there was some tears, which was good. We talked about emotions and feeling them, and that was a very difficult conversation. We also have been having some trouble with communication, and some of this is due to the cultural sensitivities, the cultural factors. So our kids are Vietnamese and raised by Vietnamese parents who have done a lot of really great things in raising them, but living with American parents who are American foster parents who are raised by American parents. You can see, if you know anything about Vietnamese or Asian culture, that there are some inherent challenges. The kids are taught to be submissive and respectful and obedient, which is wonderful, but they also really aren't taught to communicate their needs to people outside of the family. So sleep needs, food needs, preferences on this or that. We've really had a hard time, especially with Janie, with trying to get her to say what she thinks or feels on certain things. So that's been a big challenge that we've had, and I'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. And then we've also had a very, very, very big sleep challenge. We thought just Jordan, younger, not his real name, was having trouble with sleeping, but it came up that Janie is also not sleeping. Last night I had her keep a sleep diary and tell me what time she woke up and how she felt her sleep went, and I went in and checked on it, and she woke up 3 times about every hour and 45 minutes last night. She told us sometimes she just comes out of her room and walks around the house quietly, and we all just know that sleep is so valuable for healing. So please continue to pray for that. Some of the wins on communication, one of the things we've been having a hard time with is breakfast and getting Janie to eat. She likes to eat a lot in the evening. By a lot, I mean twice as much as Josh and I eat, but then she won't eat again until lunch, which is sometime between 11:45 and 12:30. And so we eat dinner around 6, and you can tell it's a lot of hours for her little body to not have food. So I would ask her, are you hungry? She'd say no, or it depends, or sometimes. And so what I did, I learned about her. She loves paperwork. She loves worksheets. She loves them. So I made her a worksheet for breakfast, and I had all these different breakfast items and had her say yes, no, or maybe, and give details on what those things might be. We came up with a list of breakfast foods that she would be interested in eating, and then she ranked them, and then she made her own menu for breakfast for this week. We did the same thing with Jordan, and so everybody's eating breakfast. It worked today. We'll see how it works for the rest of the week. Some of it, like they love hash browns, and we introduced them to hash browns, and they really like it, which is great, but it's also kind of hard because you have to wake up early to make hash browns. But I'm thinking maybe we just wake up early and go to the drive-thru for hash browns. Special Friday treat. Can I get up that early? We'll find out. And the last part, the encouragement part, I just really want to share how Josh and I feel that we have been built for this, that we know that this is what we're supposed to be doing right now, and that these kids are who we're supposed to be with. So a couple of glimpses we've seen of this is one is the cultural expectations that I mentioned. Josh and I actually have a lot of experience with Asian cultures. Some of our closest friends are first generation Americans from Asian families, or are Asian people from Asian families who lived in other countries, and we've gotten to visit their cultures and learn about them, and we both lived with them and just had a lot of insight. Families we've been close to who are also not believers, who have talked to us about Buddhism, and we've seen what their house is like and how they feel about animals and different things like that, have really prepared us for being with these kids. So when they say that they're not hungry for breakfast, it's because we're offering them cereal, and a lot of times they eat leftovers for breakfast, which we know because we've been with Asian families and been to Thailand. So that's just one amazing thing. And these are actually the first Vietnamese children placed in our agency. So that we would get them, that we weren't supposed to have them, it's just incredible that they were way outside of our age range and all of these things. Also, just a couple of small things like the Nerf guns that they love so much that they shot all weekend. We've owned them for a couple of years. Like, what two adults need to have Nerf guns? But we do, and they have been used well by the kids, so that we already had them and the kids would like them. It's just a sweet, sweet picture. Also, the timing of this whole thing, like, we're moving in 6 weeks, and who picks to move with two kids who are, in the middle of crazy flux? And we had kind of some personal deadlines set for projects, and we wouldn't, if we had realized the timing, we wouldn't have said yes. But it's just been amazing to see that we didn't plan for this, but God certainly did, and we're seeing how He's using us in it. So if you have a passion for this and supporting us or supporting other foster families, I encourage you to please act on it, and please continue praying for us, especially for sleep. Thank you so much for your time. We hope you guys are doing well too.